A very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us for the 10 o'clock edition of the UBC, 8 o'clock edition rather, of the UBC News Tonight. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold, and without further ado, let's take a look at tonight's top stories. In our UBC News Tonight, Operation Shujaa puts pressure on the ADF rebels. Namutumba Church holds Thanksgiving prayers for President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni's recovery. Furthermore, Premier Nabanja tours Sheema district and advises women on income generation. And communities using bees to protect their gardens from wildlife. Once again, thank you for joining us for the 8 o'clock edition. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold. We now give you the news in detail. Now, Sheema District has marked their version of Women's Day at a function officiated by the Premier Robina Nabanja. The function was held at Kapohe grounds and began with inspection of stores and parade mounted by the UPDF, police, Uganda Prisons Women and school children. Let's take a look.
The Prime Minister of Uganda, about to overtake
The Sheema belated Women's Day celebration was organized by the District Woman Member of Parliament, Rosemary Nyachikongoro, in collaboration with other leaders. The celebrations were marked under the theme, Innovation and Technology for Gender Equality. Sheema District Chairperson Jemima Tumwijuche says the district is facing many challenges, including lack of a district headquarters, which has greatly affected service delivery. She aired this concern during the district's belated Women's Day celebrations.
Bantuwe, Sheema administration block, tuyambe na kweshendeleza. Leba na teka mazu, omumazima, tuyambe administration block.
The former Minister for Science and Technology, who was also previously the Member of Parliament Sheema Municipality, Dr. Eliud Tumwesije, conveyed his best wishes to President Yoweri Museveni upon recovering from COVID-19. The leader said that USMID is doing well on infrastructure development in the municipality, but there is need to work on other roads in the district. Speaking at the celebrations, the former Minister for Tourism, Professor Ephraim Kamuntu, explained that government should ensure that the pledges made are fulfilled. Responding to the issues raised by the leaders, the Prime Minister Robinah Nabbanja assured them that the government has put in place policies aimed at improving service delivery and said that the roads are a priority. Nabbanja also explained that the government will allocate at least 2 billion shillings to kickstart construction of the district headquarters.
So factory ya hano jakuba orugudo rwa Bwizibwera Nsika Nyakambu with a T joint at Kaboe orugudo rumu president yakandagira omu cabinet era ruli a priority road.
The Prime Minister explained that the parish development model is meant for the unbanked 39% persons below the poverty line.
Parish development model sente za banaku sente za parish model za banaku enoga yabali wakasente abukwaba ina business.
The Prime Minister lauded President Yoweri Museveni for empowering women by giving them slots in national leadership, unlike the previous governments.
Boza kusiima President Museveni abukolesa obusobozi bwayina kurolangu abakyala n'atuyira enyuma. Mu Uganda hano wati mwina Vice President mukazi, Speaker mukazi, Prime Minister omugwazi.
The chairperson Women Council Sheema District, Claire Bariche, explained that women still face a challenge of domestic violence and inadequate facilitation to do their mobilization work. The Sheema Belated Women's Day celebration was organized by the District Woman Member of Parliament, Rosemary Nyachikwongoro, in collaboration with other leaders.
Former ministers vitu ore kwa muntu ore perioda bagaha tabatulajiri twashema twaka kusabizira kwa byo kuzakuma mpongana njere.
Now, the MK movement has dominated NRM candidate campaigns in Oyam North parliamentary by-elections, but a handful of the supporters are visibly seen putting on MK movement with slogans of Muhoozi is my next president. The coordinator of MK movement for Oyam says that they are not aiming at disorganizing the rallies, but it's to their support and contribution to ensure that the NRM candidate wins. Let's have a look.
Although it is an NRM candidate campaigning in Oyam North parliamentary by-elections, but a handful of the supporters are visibly seen putting on MK movement t-shirts with slogans of Muhoozi is my next president. The coordinator of MK movement for Oyam says they are not aiming at disorganizing the rallies, but it is their support to the candidate.
So happy, we are so pleased to be part of this campaign team as the youth wing of MK Army Movement. You can see them, they're very motivated. We're not giving them any kind of money. and we're not giving it. These are people who are just willing to come and work so that they see a better Oyam.
With the announcement of the MK team that they will be in Oyam to drum up support for the candidate, the ground team says they are ready to receive him.
He is coming as the president of Uganda. We must be ready to take up the mantle, and this starts from now. That is why we are setting our structures, we are setting our leadership.
The NRM Secretary General Richard Todong, who has joined the party candidate for campaigns, says it has no implications on the campaigns and the candidate.
The Pan-Africanists say one struggle but many fronts. So all of them are mobilizers of the party.
Todong urged the people of Oyam to vote for the NRM candidate who is son to the fallen minister to ensure his plans are accomplished.
At the beginning, UPC was a little stronger here, but we believe that there are quite a number of UPC members who are cruising to NRM and they are supporting our candidate. We have been talking to many of them and they are positive, and so we are grateful that we are progressing well.
This Saturday marks day 3 of campaigns in Oyam parliamentary by-elections with 4 candidates in the race. The NRM candidate continues with the message of poverty eradication once voted.
I would want to plead with them that they should understand that they cannot achieve anything when they are in the opposition. If they want things done, they need to come in-house. Because when you are outside of the house, you can't benefit. It's just like the shade. You can't benefit from the shade of the house when you are out of it.
Philip Aguta for UBC News in Oyam.
Now, since the joint military operations began in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, a number of achievements have been registered despite some pockets of wrong elements carrying out atrocities on innocent lives, both in Eastern Congo and Uganda. Now, today, we take you through some of the Operation Shujaa success stories that include the top ADF commanders killed in battle of Marika and Jerube Sulubu in Rwenzori sector.
Uganda People's Defense Forces UPDF and Armed Forces of Democratic Republic of Congo FADC jointly rolled out an operation against ADF on the 30th November 2021. The ADF has been operating in DRC since 1995 and took advantage of the ineffectual government to roam and sow mayhem among innocent rural population. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces has always assured Ugandans that ADF will soon be a story of the past following the joint military operations between UPDF and FADC Army in Eastern DR Congo.
Jeshi la wananchi. You are here to defend the wananchi, to defend the legitimate interests of the wananchi against illegitimate interests.
The joint military operations against ADF in Eastern DR Congo has yielded results that are self-evident. Many of the ADF camps which were scattered all over the jungles in Eastern DRC are now destroyed.
Mimi nimekuja hapa sijakuja kufanya mchezo. Mimi nimekuja kufanya kazi. Nilikuwa sijui watanileta hapa. Yeye ndiye amefikiria yeye mwenyewe president anasema wewe di kwenda huko. Nitaichapa na nguvu yangu yote. Kama ni kulala hapa, nitalala hapa.
The remaining ADF combatants and their families are on the run in small groups which are dismantling when sighted by the joint forces.
Olutalo n'okuvala lwatandikibwa Meja General Kayanja kati sawe ne serefu wawe wanaona okuva eri gye tuvudde mpaka okutuuka wano we tuli mulabe bananchi batulinamu essuubi onawe tujje tulaba buli mamba tukubira jamo banaffe mwebale kutuyamba nti emabegako wali tebayina ngiri gye basobola kwogeramu n'abantu babeeranga babatta babeera kudduka bonna bali bazzeeyo abaddose bali Uganda abalala bali mu nsiko naye kati okuva lwe twajja mu kitundu wano bananchi bakomawo mubalabye balima bafuna buli kimu basanyufu tebalina mutawaana nti tujja gezaako okwongera okubakuuma wamu nga tuli n'amagye ga Congo.
Since the beginning of Operation Shujaa, a number of ADF commanders have been put out of action. In Sector 3, Uganda People's Defense Forces, UPDF, killed ADF top commander Muralo Feza Seguya. His death weakened ADF strength because he was the master planner of ADF operations in entire Malika Valley.
Muralo was hit, a lot of weapons recovered from him. A force of 2nd Mountain Battalion and Major Katiango went and hit part of the families and part of the ADF team under Kajaju, and we killed a bit 8 of them and picked a few luggages, a few properties here and there. Then again, on the 25th of March, a force again that came from the same battalion from Lusulube, from Lose, came forward and hit 22 of them on spot, got 4 guns, solar panels, a lot of ammunition of both PK and AK-47, and also the next day, after that same operation, they got again 2 more dead bodies, making a total of 22 killed with a lot of equipments that have been got.
In the Battle of the Valley, ADF intelligence officer Odeke was also killed within Malika Valley. The joint forces intensified their operations along River Taliha and killed ADF commander Lubanzana Hassan. Another joint forces operating in Sector 1 killed ADF commander known as Kasaja, and a number of ammunitions recovered around River Jerube, Lusulube in Rwenzori sector. Uganda People's Defense Forces UPDF operating in Sector 2 also killed ADF commander Boaz at Tokomeka in Eastern DR Congo. Since the war against ADF began, the joint forces have recovered a number of weapons, including submachine guns, several rounds of ammunition, improvised explosive devices, and communication gadgets in Irumu, Ituri, and North Kivu province in Eastern DR Congo. Haruna Mutesasira, UBC News.
Arua City's Woman Member of Parliament, Maureen Osoru, has launched a project aimed at empowering women and youth through skills development. The initiative involves the distribution of 470 sewing machines, which took place earlier this week at the Green Light Stadium in Onduparaka.
Arua City's Woman Member of Parliament, Maureen Osoru, has launched a project aimed at empowering women and youth through skills development. The initiative involves the distribution of 470 sewing machines, which took place earlier this week at the Green Light Stadium in Onduparaka.
And I made sure I purchased for every cell, at least every village, that's a sewing machine. And these 2 sewing machines costed me about 424 million Ugandan shillings.
The sewing machines will be distributed to each of the 54 wards in Arua City, with the allocation based on the number of cells within each ward. This means that each cell will receive 1 sewing machine, ensuring equitable access to the training opportunities.
These machines, we will need all the local leaders together with their people at ward level, and they'll have to sit and agree where is their ward center or parish center where they can place the sewing machines.
Maureen Osoru explained that supporting skills development in the city is a key component of her manifesto, driven by the demands expressed by the electorate during her 2021 campaign.
Because I've fulfilled this, I'm very excited, and this fits in NRM agenda of transforming our community. Why I bought these things was because during that time, my people of Arua City requested me, especially the youth and the women. But what I can afford is what I can do. What I cannot afford is what I cannot promise them. So I knew for the sewing machines I could afford. And I've given them with love. It is my own will. As I give this, I have not given as government. I've given as one of your persons from the community, not as a member of parliament. I'm here to support the effort of government and also to engage my community in development.
This recent endeavor follows Maureen Osoru's previous contributions to the community.
Ambulance aziri iridavutia eruvedika andro charane kintoru su kaleziri Leadership, Honorable Mori Osoroni Diri, in the powers of leadership of development.
The leadership shown by Maureen Osoro is a testament to her dedication to the development of our community. Her efforts in supporting various sectors such as healthcare and now skills training are commendable. Joseph Odama, UBC News.
The construction works for the Busia via Malaba Swamp to Tororo Road has brought great excitement among the stakeholders involved. The 25-kilometer road, commencing from Busia Police Station and passing through the challenging Malaba Swamp to Tororo, is soon to be upgraded to a tarmac road.
This development will effectively connect the districts of Tororo and Busia, garnering support from leaders and residents who believe it will significantly improve transportation and foster development in the region. The chairperson, Boda Riders at the Tororo to Busia stage, Michael Mangeni, anticipates substantial benefits from the road project. A businessman in Busia town dealing in fresh food supplies, Mukasa Samuel, expressed optimism regarding the road's impact on the transportation of their produce.
Oluguudo luno luyamba nnyo abantu b'e Busia abasuubula okuva ebbali w'eggwanga oba ebuvanjuba bw'eggwanga nga bajja ebintu okuva kugeza Mbale, Manafa, Bududa.
Oma Martin, a resident of Buteba Trading Center, voiced out his concern about the delayed compensation process for those affected by the project. The Public Relations Officer of Uganda National Roads Authority, Alan Sempebwa, provided an insight into the project's details.
Now, the road is currently under upgrading, and we are grateful to the partners, Government of Uganda, which has fully financed the road project. The contractor is already on board. We are also undertaking a general land acquisition exercise along the road project. We have not fully acquired the needed right of way, but also financing is yet to come. But we're appealing to locals, communities to allow us access to their land, and we're grateful for those that have actually worked with us.
The Uganda National Roads Authority is actively involved in land acquisition exercises to facilitate the project's progress. The anticipated upgrades promise to improve transportation, foster economic growth, and bring a renewed sense of convenience and connectivity to the communities of Tororo and Busia.
Now, Jocelyn, a 20-year-old mother of two residing in Kanombe village, Gisozi Parish, has made a heartfelt plea for government intervention after being shot and injured during the conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Jocelyn sustained a leg injury when caught in the crossfire between the Congolese army and the M23 rebels on March 20th, 2022. In another development, State Minister for Lands Dr. Sam Mayanja urges the senior members of the ministry to amend the old land law in order to solve land matters. He said this during the closing ceremony of the National Land Conference 2023 of the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development. Details in this report.
The State Minister for Land, Dr. Sam Mayanja, has highlighted 7 challenges in the ministry which need to be solved for calm and harmony to prevail among landowners.
Land sector aims to overcome the following challenges with the support of the World Bank. Number 1, reducing the time it takes to register land in Uganda. I've heard that you have 27 steps to go through. That's a lot of steps. Land evictions and land disputes through issuing legal documentation. And the legal documentation par excellence is a land title. The registration of land to reduce under 80% of unregistered land in Uganda.
The minister emphasizes that land is the source of all prosperity in the country and appreciated the president for the effort aimed at improving land sector after introducing digital system.
Just woken up to the importance of land. Under Secretary, you know that actually before maybe this year, the Minister of Land was getting the smallest portion of the budget. We thank His Excellency the President, who recently decreed and ordered that at least 10% of what the land information system earns should be deducted as source and remain within the ministry. Madam Director, this must be our land information system. I think you can credit it as the most successful World Bank project this country has ever had. No project has ever paid back within the grace period.
He was giving a brief about land conference that has been held under the theme Mobilizing Stakeholders to Modernize Land Management, which took place at Speak Resort Munyonyo. Jamilu Sekaja compiled this report.
Pastors in the country have been advised to always go spiritual training so that they get formal knowledge on how to run church. This follows a number of pastors opening up places of worship, saying that it is a calling from God. Many pastors lack form of training. That is why some are being distorting biblical teachings in churches, ending up misleading the masses.
The president of African Association, Public Administration and Management, John Nakabago, has officiated the third graduation ceremony of pastors held at Namungona Victory Church, where 30 received certificates in church management.
Nekira kyemba kubiriza muyigirize ekisibo okukola mukiyigiriza okukola n'emikono totunulira kisibo tunulira mukama yakuyita musome kubanga omusumba atasomye ekanisa emuzitowerera.
He advised the graduates to upgrade, as learning is one way to have facts while preaching the word of God.
So that's what I was telling them. I'm also emphasizing that pastors should go for training. A successful church does not only depend on the anointing or on signs and wonders and miracles. A successful church depends on the training. How trained a pastor is determines how successful he or she will be in that ministry.
The senior pastor of Namungona Victory Church, Bishop Buyondo Habat, noted that all pastors in the country who wish to train in theology are free to enroll and get trained.
Tubadde mu kutikira abasumba abasomye basomedde omwaka mulamba amakanisa gano mangi gatandikiddwa naye nga tebagatandise mu ntandika ntuufu.
Buyondo called upon the graduates to use the knowledge obtained in the past 1 year to expand their ministries.
Kakati twagala bano tubayigirize enkola entuufu etandikibwamu amakanisa okusinza ku Bayibuli nga tusinza ku kitabo ky'Abafiripi.
Mary Namkose, Stephen Kayumba, Ubcnews.
Furthermore, educationists have tasked government to prioritize Kiswahili language in schools by providing sufficient learning materials like textbooks in both English and Kiswahili language to ease the learning process. This was disclosed as schools across the region converged at Lugazi for an event aimed at promoting the Kiswahili language. More details in this report.
Schools across the country have converged at Ormston Secondary School in Lugazi for a training workshop aimed at strengthening the promotion of Kiswahili language in schools.
All of these we are complaining that teachers are not there, students are few in secondary, they can be solved. The only solution is teaching Kiswahili from primary school or from the lowest level of education to the highest level.
The deputy teacher, Ormston Secondary School, Tumuhiri Edison, says Kiswahili language can easily promote economic trade and development amongst the East African member states.
Symposium for the new lower secondary curriculum. The purpose of this was majorly to create the awareness and also to develop the competence skills within our learners. Purposely, the new curriculum is competence-based, so in such congregations, workshops and seminars, we emphasize the application and relevancy of Kiswahili language.
Kiswahili teachers want government, through the line ministry, to provide translated textbooks for both English and Kiswahili language to attract more learners to appreciate the subject.
Gaps we are having in teaching Kiswahili language are that the curriculum books, the syllabus books are purely Kiswahili. So, to some extent, they challenge our learners who purely don't know Kiswahili for now. But in case we get the ones which are translated, it will make Kiswahili very interesting. Yes.
Now in September we are having one in Western Uganda, that is at Mbarara Army Boarding Secondary School. And the main aim is not only to have fun, but to have our language Kiswahili taken as a priority.
A number of students were able to give their views on Kiswahili language during an education seminar at Omston Secondary School, Rugazi.
A subject to learn because it's fun and it being difficult makes it unique, so that's why I love Kiswahili.
Yeah. Kenya kila fasi Swahili ni lugha ya kazi. Swahili naleta umoja kasisi sasa hapa kongamano watu wanafunzi walimu sakuja pa lugha ya Swahili.
Of things it teaches us a lot about it. It is by that a sign of patriotism and we really benefit a lot from it. So we are so thankful to the government for putting this subject in place for us to learn because it is really going to help us a lot in the future.
All schools in East African community will be represented on the D-Day. Robert Katamba, UBC News.
Now, Ronald Nwagaba, despite having been born with a disability, is able to do even more than what the average person is able to accomplish. A senior pastor at Namirembe Christian Fellowship Church, Pastor Simon Kayua, has appealed to a wide public to avoid stigmatizing people with disabilities. Details in this report.
Ronald Nwagaba's abilities to perform outsmart most persons with all limbs. This is in spite of him being armless. This came to light as he tied a knot with Rebecca Namono at Namirembe Christian Fellowship in Kampala.
I give you this ring as a sign of my love for you. With my body I honor you. And all that I am I give to you. And all that I am, the Son and the Holy Spirit.
The lead pastor, Namirembe Christian Fellowship, Professor Simeon Kayua, appealed to the couple to remain faithful and urge the public to avoid stigmatizing people with disability.
Sister, omusajja okugonderenga okulenga muteese.
After the church service, Ronald Nwagaba served his guests at a colorful reception within Chengera Township. thanked God for this milestone in his life and appreciated all who contributed fully to his wedding. Ronald Nwagaba is a trained broadcaster. He says that on many occasions he has been denied work within media circles because of his physical challenges. Joseph Bule, UBC.
Congratulations, Ronald. Uganda is to host the first ever high-level national summit on alternative dispute resolution for 2 days in Kampala. The summit, which will see main stakeholders meeting to discuss more on how to improve justice through embracing alternative dispute resolution, will also include launching the first ever policy on alternative dispute resolution aimed at improving and handling of cases using the alternative dispute resolution method. Let's take a look.
Alternative dispute resolution is a way of resolving legal disputes outside court without involving the court procedures. With the need to reduce on-case backlog, this has seen judiciary embracing alternative dispute resolution. In dissolving disputes, Uganda is now to host the first ever high-level national summit on alternative dispute resolution that will be held from 26th to 27th June 2023.
There will be policies launched. The judiciary has developed an alternative justice system to guide judicial officers not to ignore the processes that settle disputes without necessarily a judge having to make a judgment. Tomorrow, we shall also be presenting the first ever policy on alternative dispute resolution by the government of Uganda. This policy was developed in consultation with all the key players, and we have had consultants and experts at the center of preparing that policy.
The summit will involve experts in handling such cases through alternative dispute resolution, bankers, private sectors, civil society organizations, lawyers, judges, litigants, among others.
Will ensure better access to justice by many people who have disputes. We also believe that finally disputes will be resolved in a more professional manner. We know that less than 5% of disputes go to the courts, but they are settled very crudely in the villages and communities where Ugandans live. By promoting formal alternative dispute resolution, those who are unable or unwilling to go to the courts will now have access to professionals who will be guided by a code of ethics. If we can deal with these disputes quickly, cheaply, and more fairly, this money will be released in the economy and will boost economic growth.
Deputy Chief Justice Richard Butera says through using the alternative dispute resolution in handling cases, this has helped in settling disputes and addressing case backlog in the judiciary.
The cases are many, they are complicated, and this brings delays and case backlog. We think there are ways these cases could be resolved without the unnecessary delays and technicalities. The litigants themselves come from societies where they have been having ways of resolving their disputes, and there are other ways now, the alternatives to the traditional ways of hearing a case from beginning to end.
With embracing alternative dispute resolution, Butera says this does not in any way express lack of confidence in the judiciary. Butera, however, urged universities to train lawyers on handling disputes through using the alternative dispute resolution.
System starts with everybody on board. We think we shall deliver justice to the people of Uganda faster, cheaper, and to their satisfaction. That's really the purpose of the conference, that we should bring everybody on board, for everybody to understand that if you have a dispute, you can actually settle it without engaging into complicated litigation with the cooperation of your lawyer, with the cooperation of other people.
The alternative dispute resolution in Uganda is spearheaded by Pepperdine University based in United States of America.
But the process of resolving disputes more effectively, more efficiently, and involving the community is what's happening in the United States and other developed countries, because it's so much more effective and efficient, and it allows the parties to know, the accused persons to know, this is the sentence I will be serving. This is the evidence that's against me. It's a back and forth of evidence and an agreement.
The summit will run for 2 days and will be graced by His Excellence General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni at Mistil Hotel in Kampala. Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
We'll now take a short commercial break and return with business news. Please do stay tuned.
Uganda waranchi batusako manrane chikona tena tekobu seko season yakuna sabu July kuma Mount Papa's Hall usasue kwa MTN mobile money usasura gumu chitundu MTN usasue nega ngome tano niga sistemu kagatano stamu enda munana hasha kwa MTN ufune tiketi yokati wabula kumulyango usasure mitwale ibiri yepe mitwale tano ate meza ya milioni biri munana July koni ni hotel mkono mwenda July Nikan Resort Elweza 15 July France Africa Jinja Abiri mbili July Maria Flema Saka Abiri mwenda July Afro Club Eka Sangati ate yoyo noku yingi na mutualo wafujini dwa musente Talent Africa Victoria University Suzu Property Consultants Pepsi Max Uganda Warranty
MTN. This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president. She is the hope of our community. And as a community leader, I will talk to others about how we must protect her against child marriage and teenage pregnancy because it affects us all. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from pregnancy. Because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sawuti 116. This is the University of Africa. On the streets, you get your real education. Here, everybody has a degree of something. But the most important qualification is imagination. His reason is to be the GOAT. The reason to imagine is to take the beat and make it lit. So no matter what your situation, just use your imagination.
Uganda's oil and gas projects are providing opportunities for international certification and employment in various disciplines. 12,000 Ugandans have received global oil industry training and international certification in welding, heavy goods vehicle driving, and scaffolding, among others. 6 public and private institutions have received international accreditation and certification from industry bodies such as City and Guilds, ECITB, OPITO, AWS, and NEBOSH. 250 government officers from various ministries and agencies have trained in oil and gas-related disciplines such as petroleum engineering, geosciences, law, and economics. 71,300 Ugandans are currently employed in the sector. The National Oil and Gas Talent Register provides visibility to Ugandans with skills and competencies for possible employment in the oil and gas sector. Registration is free. The Petroleum Authority of Uganda, creating lasting value in Uganda's oil journey.
Dear Airtel customer, we know that there are days when unexpected stays in hospital stand in the way of your family's welfare. That is why Hospital Center is here to give you up to 100,000 shillings every night you spend in hospital. Hospital Center also offers up to 4 million in funeral benefit. Dial star 185 star 7 star 6 hash to purchase Hospital Center on Airtel Money for as little as 1,000, 3,000 or 5,000 shillings a month. Your cover for the first 1 month is free. Hospital Center is underwritten by Prudential and powered by Turaco. Prudential and Turaco are regulated by the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda. Airtel Money is regulated by the Bank of Uganda.
Ojja kumpa irisiti tompa bidala irisiti ojja kumpa irisiti tompa bidala mpa irisiti yange.
That's right. Insist on getting your e-receipt. It's your ticket to fantastic prizes, including motorbikes, laptops, fridges, and a fully paid 6-day safari for 2 in Uganda. Take a picture of your e-receipt, upload it to the URA website or mobile app, and you could be the lucky winner. The more receipts you upload, the higher your chances of winning. Terms and conditions apply. More details on our social media channels.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
This is a quick call. I'm almost out of minutes. Now, the center.
Why rush through such important conversations? Airtel Uganda has made it possible for you to call across all networks in Uganda at the best rates with the new Bona voice bundles. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with minutes valid for calls on all networks. Dial star 100 star 1 hash. Select voice bundles and select Bona voice bundles today.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. Now, in the world of business, Stanbic Bank Incubator has offered business skills to hundreds of small and medium enterprises. Entrepreneurs that participated in various training modules between January 2022 and April 2023 were beneficiaries. The training is a partnership between Stanbic Bank and Germany Development Cooperation Employment and Skills for Development in Africa. The initiative aims at offering entrepreneurs more competitive skills so as to attain sustainable growth and create jobs.
Because as business people, we know that money is the blood that actually keeps a business running. If your business is not liquid, you might as well just...
Stanbic Bank, in partnership with German Development Corporation's Enterprise Development Program, has imparted business skills to over 1,000 small and medium-scale entrepreneurs.
Just recycle and someone takes it at very efficient.
A renowned poultry entrepreneur, Aga Sekalala Jr., officiated a pass-out at Hotel Africana in Kampala. He urged the graduates to uphold their financial management skills in order to develop themselves and the country.
Stanbic Business Incubator remains your partner of choice, your library, your backstop as you navigate the entrepreneurial landscape. I saw a display of items, and I was impressed with the range of things that was there. I was also impressed with the quality of packaging that was being displayed, and I think that it's an indicator of good things already made, good ideas, and it shows that the skills already have been acquired.
The Chief Executive Officer Stanbic Bank Business Incubators, Tony Otoya, said small and medium enterprises are universally regarded as key engines of economic growth.
Many entrepreneurs think opportunities are over. I want to state clearly, opportunities are endless. A boundless or a mindset which is full of opportunity will take you places. Avoid the scarcity mindset, and I keep telling myself.
The head of Sustainability Stanbic Uganda Holdings Limited, Kathe Adengo, explained that viability is a critical pillar in the Stanbic Uganda Holdings Limited's agenda through providing easily accessible finance solutions and mentorship to entrepreneurs.
And we thank you so much for choosing Stanbic Business Incubator to help you
succeed, to be in this collaborative journey. We want to continue, and that's why we have the alumni. I saw sharing the testimonials. We want to continue the collaboration with you. All we're looking for is for you to succeed, for your families to succeed, for your businesses to succeed.
The head of business and commercial banking, Emma Mugisha, said Stanbic Uganda Holdings is building an ecosystem through its 5 subsidiaries to support entrepreneurs and drive Uganda's economic growth through creating networks and collaboratively work with entrepreneurs.
Enterprises that have been through our program in partnership with GIZ to get them better equipped to build their businesses, to grow their businesses so that they can survive beyond the proverbial 3-5 years that most enterprises survive in Uganda.
The Stanbic Bank German Development Corporation partnership is aimed at upscaling and expanding the incubator's reach across the country to cover at least 20 districts through 4 regional branches.
I think 1,400, so 1,400 jobs created, new jobs, as of the end of last year. This is a big deal because this is the reason.
Beneficiaries were schooled on how to access markets, finance, and also got business operational skilling, all of which are necessary for growth of small and medium enterprises. Joseph Oko and Deo Habrimana, UBC.
And in a bid to promote sustainable agricultural development, the Makerere University Department of Extension and Innovation Studies in Kabanyolo has concluded a 3-day training program for community-based lead farmers and facilitators under the Sasakawa Association Africa. The training aimed to equip participants with essential people skills and enable them effectively implement various technologies in the Chiboga and Mubende districts. The extensive training program saw the certification of over 38 training agents who are also farmers themselves.
Community-based facilitators are not really trained in a communication, they are not trained in extension methods, they are not trained in conflict management. So the training is helping them enhance their skills in these areas where they are deficient so that they can take the technologies together with people's skills to enhance adoption.
By enhancing the quality of extension services, the trained facilitators are positioned to assist farmers in transitioning from subsistence farming to commercial agriculture.
Some group members who make things wrongly, but while knowing that they are on the right track, yet they are not. So when we go back, I think there will be a change in those groups in performance, economically, financially, and the way how they are saving their money on their accounts.
The Assistant Commissioner in charge of Agricultural Extension at the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Dr. Patience Ramigisa, emphasizes the need for facilitators to leverage both government and private sector support.
So these people we are training are change agents. They are change agents. And that is why you saw me taking a lot of time to explain to them government programs that are going at community level. I explained to them what the parish development model is, what it is supposed to do, and how they should use it for their benefit, but also for the benefit of the community.
Sasakawa Global 2000, with a legacy spanning 3 decades, has been instrumental in training over 4,000 extension agents. These agents are equipped with the necessary skills to assist farmers in improving agricultural productivity. However, it is important to address the gaps that have emerged over the years.
We believe to have an evidence-based organization, and we keep checking and following up on what we do. And when we did the last capacity assessment for our extension agents, we felt there was a gap, and that is mainly on how they deliver the extension messages, and that is why we are doing this training.
This training is a significant step towards transforming agricultural practices and empowering local communities. By enhancing the capabilities of lead farmers and facilitators, the program seeks to foster sustainable agricultural development and contribute to the eradication of hunger in the region.
And in talking news, MTN has improved on their data voice bundles. You can now call across all networks for the same price. We've talked to several eyewitnesses on the ground, and this is what one of them had to say.
Amos, did you hear about the MTN daily voice bundles?
So, to join many more other Ugandans enjoying these MTN daily voice bundles, dial *100 *21# or use the My MTN app to start enjoying. Stay tuned for more offers from MTN.
Attention coffee farmers, traders and processors. Uganda Coffee Development Authority has important advice for a successful harvest season. Pick only red farm cherries to achieve good weight and high quality coffee. For natural processing, dry coffee on tarpaulin, concrete or clothing to avoid mold growth. Avoid heaping coffee on the floor. Store coffee in jute bags and in ventilated rooms on wooden pellets. For more information on good harvest practices, visit your nearest extension worker or Uganda Coffee Development Authority offices.
This is the University of Africa. On the streets, you get your real education. Here, everybody has a degree of something. But the most important qualification is imagination. His reason is to be the GOAT. The reason to imagine is to take the beat and make it lit. So no matter what your situation, just use your imagination.
And that brings us to the end of our 8 o'clock edition of the UBC News tonight. However, do join us later on at 10 p.m. for a lengthier bulletin. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold, and see you at 10.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Irisiti, tompa bidara, irisiti, oja kumpa, irisiti, tompa bidara, irisiti, oja kumpa, irisiti, tompa bidara, mpa irisiti.